Hello, welcome to the Craft House Magic Setter tutorials. My name's Ellie and today I'm going to show you how I repair this dropped stitch. So this one, I've actually dropped it during knitting, not realised it, and then during washing and wearing it's dropped down really slowly, which is lucky that it didn't drop down really quickly really. So I'm going to repair that and then tether it onto the inside of the sock using some scrap yarn. So as it's a top down sock, I need to get the stitch from this side and work up this ladder here. So I'll zoom in so you can see a little bit closer. So here's the stitch. I'm going to put that onto my crochet hook. Now these crochet hooks are repair crochet hooks that are specifically made for knitters. They're made out of bamboo. In the set from Clover you get a 3.5 and a 4.5 one, so this one, the 3.5, is ideal for fingering weight yarn. I'll leave a link to the listing for these in the description bar down below, but you can use any crochet hook really, one that's quite small. So I'll pull the bar that's just underneath the stitch through the stitch, and then it makes a new one. And I'll carry on working through the laddered stitches to where the stitch was dropped. Right, that's pulled right to the top there. There is a bit of a ridge in the middle of those stitches that's been picked up, but it will block out during the blocking process or just washing. But you can see that the stitches have all been repaired up there. You just have this loose stitch to tether. I'm going to find some yarn that blends in with this dark grey yarn here. So I've picked up a darning needle and a bulb pin. I'm going to put the stitch onto the bulb pin, and then I can see if I can try and post it through the stitches. So that it goes to the back of the work. If you've got a very tight gauge for this, you may want to just pull it through with the crochet hook, but I find that a little bulb pin works quite nicely. So I'm going to turn the sock to the inside, and I can see actually that I've not picked up the stitch over the last bar, so I'm going to do that on the inside of the sock. So now I've got the stitch to the back of the work, I've realised that there's one bar that I've not included, so I'm going to do the purl-wise version of redoing the stitch. So I've got my bar on the right hand side and the stitch on the left, and I'm going to carefully lift the stitch over the bar to finish that last stitch off. Now we can secure that. So just while I'm getting my yarn secured, I'm going to put my bulb pin back on. So hopefully if you had picked up your stitches correctly on the right side, you wouldn't have to do it on the wrong side. But that is the sort of purl-wise version of the knit side I showed you. I've only got this darker blue. I think that'll do because you shouldn't be able to see it from the right side anyway. I threaded that through a darning needle, and I'm going to duplicate stitch on the back of the work to tether the thread. So I'm following the way the yarn goes in the stitches, but in duplicate stitch. So I'm going through the bottom, and then there's 2 points at the top which I go up and then down. So when I get really close to the stitch, take the bulb pin out and then just literally go through that stitch so that it's tethered. and go up, and then I'm actually going to go into that same stitch again, so it's literally like I'm duplicating the stitches. So I've zoomed in a little bit closer so that you could see the duplicate stitching in a little bit more detail. It's a little bit annoying because there's neps in the yarn, so you can't always see. So there's a group of 4 purl bumps here. I go in the bottom one and then one to the left, pull it through, then go to the right one and down through the bottom one again. So you're just doing the same duplicate stitch like so. And when you've done 3 or 4 of these duplicate stitches to tether the yarn, you can then snip your ends. See, this one, it would be more invisible if I'd have got a better match, but that's why you should always keep a little bit of your yarn that you're using. So there we go, that's that side of the sock. And I'll turn it the right way so you can see where the repair's been made, where the stitches are slightly more gapy in the centre, but that will block out when you give it a good wash. So there we go, that's how I've picked up some drop stitches. Hope that helps. Obviously you can either do the purl or the knit version of picking up the stitches like I showed you, and you won't need to tether the stitch if you've still got the project on the needles, but it's the same principle. So those socks are repaired and ready for Adam to wear again. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I shall see you in the next video.